cheap wigs here. Raise the bar, prove our art form. It's the Balloon Blast video show with Scott, Tripp, and Sam Crummy.
Hi folks, we're back here for a super duper fast turnaround for episode 41. We're trying to make up for lost time. He's Scott Tripp.
Here's Sam Crummies.
And Purple Pig is still not in the building. He's still trying to recover from Twist and Shout.
He was partying harder
He was,
than anyone else. And,
I don't know how many of y'all saw Purple Pig at Twist and Shout. It was not pretty.
And for those that haven't seen Purple Pig, some people saw a pink bunny at Twist and Shout.
Yeah, they did.
Enough said about that? Or?
No, that is how I have declared myself award-winning balloon artist with an asterisk, because the asterisk says down below on my new promotional material I'm setting up, winner of the best overall PJs at the 2013 Twist and Shout Pajama Jam.
I'm telling you guys, listen. The marketing.
That's genius.
Unashamed.
Yes, I have no shame at all.
Right.
We are still recovering from Twist and Shout, like we said in the last episode. There's just so much. Oh my gosh, so many ideas, so much inspiration. My head is about to explode with new things I want to try, new steps I want to take in my career as a balloon artist. New things I want to bring and share with the balloon community in general.
Right. Well, I'm telling people not to peel the curtain back too far, but to me, this Twist and Shout is my third. This was the spirit quest, the Native American journey of, first, starve yourself to death. Mm-hmm. Second, eat nothing, just enough to stay alive.
Dehydrate yourself.
Right. Push yourself to the breaking point and beyond. You have to break yourself down to build yourself back up.
Go without sleep.
Yeah. I'm now on the part where I'm like, oh, there is a reason.
Oh.
Suddenly, I see, all the potential things that we'll be doing. And I'm not keeping it secret from you guys for selfish reasons. I want to percolate these ideas, build them up, and then when they're presentable, show you some of the ideas.
Absolutely.
You have a lot, and we've talked a lot about ideas that we have.
Right.
And, boy, do we want to go ahead and talk about this?
Let's do. I want to raise a question to you guys. All y'all that watch, you can leave your answer in the comments. You can email us at balloonblastvideoshow@gmail.com and let us know what you think here. We are toying with the idea of a Balloon Blast Live Twisters workshop that we will lead. It'll be like an all-day, 8-hour type event. We want to know what you guys think. If that's something you'd like to see, something you would be interested in coming to your town. Of course, we're going to try a couple test markets a little closer to us once we flesh it all out, and we're very close to fleshing it all out. Right now, it's still on paper and in our brains, but those test markets work. If we get those right, then that will be something we will present to more possible markets. And we want to know what you guys think, though. Would you come and see us live in person, learn what we want to share with you, the ideas that both of us have, the experience both of us have, Scott and his brilliant ideas of making your own agate 260s, me and the way I market stuff, some of our favorite personal designs that we have come up with on our own. If that's something that interests you, let us know. If it's not, let us know and why. That way we can, this Balloon Blast is a collaborative effort. Yes, we're the guys on screen. We learn it from you guys. We get the information and the feedback from you guys, so we know where we want to take the course of the show from here, and we want to do that as well with the furtherance of our professional lives as balloon artists. And we want to know what you guys would think about all
right. And I see so much potential in the Balloon Blast Live event.
I do too.
There's a selfish reason. I'd like for us to get out, travel, and meet other people.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the workshops, it's good to... and the workshops are... What we've designed are for beginners, pros alike. Mm-hmm. I don't want to cut anyone out. I don't want people to say, oh, I'm not good enough to learn, whatever bit sculpture. Or people to say, oh, I don't want to take a beginner class. We've talked about 3-4 different classes that appeal to everyone of every different twisting ability. But also, not a workshop. We're talking live event where we get to wrap a little fun and zaniness in there as well.
Right.
We get to interview people while we're on the road, play some games, have some contests, and make it an event. So
absolutely.
You know, we've planned this episode out. We have paper here telling us what to do. Let's rip it all apart. As long as we're talking about this, we want to also pitch maybe the balloon-animals.com store.
Yes, absolutely. You've got a really great design on there. Michael Floyd has some great designs on there. David and Shayna Brennan have some wonderful stuff on there. We're going to be adding some more stuff to the balloon-animals.com store ourselves. I'm going to start calling that balloon-animals.com because it's faster.
Makes sense.
And we're going to be, this is a great, we do believe that the future of balloon instructional material is going to move away from DVDs. We're probably going to be seeing the Blu-rays soon, and then I think digital downloads are going to be the wave of the future myself. Most of your magic sites are starting to go to that now. Balloon-animals.com, run by Michael Floyd. He also has a forum on there. That's a young man that has just wonderful things set up for the balloon community and that store. Oh my gosh, the plans he has for that and the way he's developed it to where he's at. If you ever get a chance to talk to Michael Floyd,
having met Michael Floyd at Twist and Shout, and I was in zombie mode. I hit a wall early Saturday morning, so all I could do is sit, stare, and listen, which is great because I get to sit, stare, and listen to Michael Floyd, the way he operates, what he's doing. He's very methodical. He's not just, here's a bunch of designs, pay me money. No, he's offering designs at every skill level. He has free stuff on there, and there's also a forum to back it up. So what he's building there is really a great resource for all balloon artists.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And speaking of the move towards digital, that means it's time to clean out the closet and get rid of the last of the physical DVDs.
Yes, we have a few copies of 12 left, not very many. So if you saw one, you've heard about it, you don't have it yet, contact us as soon as possible to get your copy. There are, fewer than 30?
We're right at about 30 once it's all said and done.
About 30 copies left.
Which they would be gone by now, except we were burning them at Twist and Shout. And as we explained, Twist and Shout, although days are 22 hours long, when you sleep 2 hours a night, still not enough time.
Yeah, so. No, I about every 4 or 5 hours I would go up and replace whatever disc was in the machine copying. It takes 7 minutes for us to copy a 2-hour disc, and I was going up every 2 to 4 hours to replace whatever disc was burning.
Right,
so,
and if we had time to be on top of that, and I'm worse about it than you are because you were running around, you're doing the balloon blast stuff that you should have been doing. I was zombie. I was like, oh, that looks good. Oh, look at that design. So, that's our loss, your gain. This is your last chance to get a copy. Person who's number 145 in line doesn't get a copy. So jump on it right now.
Yeah.
All right, I tore apart the plan here.
I know.
Flipped it over.
I want to go back to Twist and Shout. I want to talk really quick. You guys have seen Matt Falloon on our show before. If you've met him in person, you know just the thought process and his designs that he comes up with. He was building a large sculpture for competition that he decided not to use because there were only 2 people in the whole building who knew the backstory of the Brementown musicians. That was him and me, because I don't miss very many references to anything. But Matt Falloon has some really great designs, and we got to see it in his award-winning medium. Was it medium or small sculpture? It was a small sculpture. It was the 12-inch by 12-inch by 12-inch.
Oh, that was brilliant, too.
Yes, that hamster was awesome.
Not to derail, but I talked to him about this, and yes, he did have the genius thought plan. I saw him carrying the hamster cage, and I thought, oh, that's a cube. That's the smartest use of the 12-inch by 12-inch by 12-inch size.
Absolutely, yeah.
And yes, he thought about that because he thinks about everything.
Right.
He's a genius, and he's just a powder keg. I don't think he got tired. He was bouncing off the walls the whole time. And always impeccably dressed.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Amazing guy. So glad to have you, Matt Falloon, on the Balloon Blast staff.
And speaking of Matt Falloon being on the Balloon Blast staff, here's a really cool design you guys are going to like of an agitated avian hat.
Hello again, everyone. Matt Falloon again. Today I'm going to show you my grumpy avian hat. Okay, so if you can imagine a bunch of avians or birds and they get a bit grumpy, angry, you see where I'm going with this. Basically, what you're going to need is a green 350, a brown 350, both of these are blown up, the brown's probably blown up about 6 fingers, and the green about 3 fingers remaining. A red 260 blown up with about a hand's length remaining. A black 160 with 2 hands. Look at that, 2 hands left of the tail. A toffee 160, pretty much all the way, a couple of fingers left. A little blush 5-inch round. This is given a bit of squish. A little white 5-inch round, severely underinflated, so it's just a little and round. Tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of a 260 goldenrod. I've just reverse inflated it, so we've got the end bit and a little bit of tail to tie that off. We're going to start off with our 350. This is going to be the hat base. Make it really, really soft and measure your spectator, measure their head. We're going to start with a pinch twist, the distance around their head, like this, and we're just going to remove and tie the excess, just like so. I'm going to find the midway point and split that in half, so it's just going to fit a little bit more snugly on your spectator's head. The brown 350, this is going to tie in nice and tight to the pinch twist, just like this. So we're left with this. We're going to come up about 2 hands lengths, and we've got a pinch twist, a big one, about 2-inch pinch twist, like so. Let's do another one of those, 2-inch pinch twist. So we've got 2 2-inch pinch twists. We're now going to come up and do 1 more 2-inch pinch twist after we've come up about 1.5 hands. And then we're going to remove the rest of this, but keep it because we're going to use it for this next bit. I'm going to tie this off, and hopefully, if I have spaced it properly, you'll get about the same length out of that as you have on the other arm. That's going to tie into this section here to create a bit of a Y junction like that. Our toffee 160, we're going to do a little bitty pinch twist, just about 1/2 inch, and that's going to wrap around the pinch twist on the Mocha Brown 350, just like this, like that. This is then going to come down and attach into the back of the headpiece. So that just twists right into there. So that's going back. You can see where we're going with this. And then we're going to come back up the same distance, and this is then going to, once again, small pinch twist, and that's going to wrap around this bubble. So twist off a bubble, and then wrap that around like so. And then you can remove the excess and tie it off. So you can see straight away we've got our slingshot, like this, and that's a hat base. So it's going to go on like that. Moving along to the little birdie, we've got blush 5-inch round, and what we're going to do is we're going to tie on our goldenrod little bubble to the nozzle. Tie it a couple of times just to make sure it's on there and it's not going to pop off. And then what I like to do is give it just a little bit of a shape, bend it over and give it a squeeze so it's got a little bit of a hook bend in it like that. Next we're going to take one of these tails and we're going to tie the nozzle of our red 260 at this junction there for a beak, like this. We're going to make a sidewall bubble right on the very, very end of this. If you don't know how to do a sidewall bubble on a 5-inch round, David Brennan has a fantastic free YouTube tutorial on just what I just did, making a tiny little sidewall bubble at the back end of a 5-inch round. Then this is going to trace the length of the body along, twist into that back bubble, and then you're just going to repeat that. So it's going to go back, twist around the beak again, back again, twist around the sidewall bubble, and then for the 4th time, back again and twist around the beak, and then remove the excess. To stop this from flipping off, you need to tie that around the beak so it is well and truly caught in place, like so. And then we're just going to trim off all of our nozzles to keep it nice and neat. 5-inch round weight is just going to be split in half, and that's just going to twist around where the beak joins the body. Just like that. So there we have an avian. Now we're going to make him a grumpy avian. 160 black. Cut the nozzle off so it's got a nice neat little end on it. And then we're just going to make 2 bubbles about 2.5, 3 inches long. You can let that pop away because we just wanted to get the length right. Trim that off and keep this to tie. Understand? Good. So, this is going to form our grumpy eyebrows. Twist that back in half where we had it and lock that in around the eyes so it is sticking up like so. The last bit of the 160 I usually just do as a tail, so we're going to do a similar sort of thing. 2 bubbles just to get the length right. Remove the excess and tie. We get this. And we're just going to twist that in half. Actually, a little bit off half is better. So you've got one tail that's longer than the other. And then that is just going to twist right there into the back and position up in between these 2 red uprights. So we've got like that. A little bit of artwork on our birdie. You're going to take your Sharpie or pen of choice. 2 circles right in the middle of the eyes. One there, one there. And if you've got time and you want to be a real pedant, you can take sort of a, I don't know what you call that, a wild berry Sharpie, let's go crazy, and just a couple of spots along these red 260 along the side of the bird's body, so 3 spots. Going for accuracy with the game model. There you have it. Our little grumpy avian. Now the grumpy avian is going to attach to the back of the hat using this sidewall bubble here. And I'll show you how that's done. This sidewall bubble is going to loop right into that junction there. So you're basically going to put all of that mess in and lock it all together, leaving the tail sticking up. The 2 straps of the slingshot, should travel up in between the 2 red 260Q stripes on each side. So that'll actually help the bird sit flat. Readjust, realign, and there you have it. The Angry Birds slingshot hat for everyone.
Alright, that was a great Angry Birds hat from Matt Falloon. I'm sorry, Agitated Avians.
Oh, right.
I don't want to get sued by the Rovio people.
Right, because nobody else is using the pop culture reference of...
Wait, I don't have anything to lose. So, Angry Birds hat by Matt Falloon. It was outstanding, Matt. Thank you for sending that to us.
And remember, you guys are getting that for free because Matt Falloon is giving that to you. Now, Matt Falloon has been in touch with Michael Floyd at balloon-animals.com,
yes.
Which means if he does have new product to sell on there, remember what he's giving you for free. Support him.
Absolutely.
He also has some PDFs.
He does have some PDFs on his website.
Just throw that in the credits.
Yeah, we'll look for that website in the credits.
That's our sneaky way to get people to read all that.
That's right, because we
nonsense
throw in some crazy stuff in there every now and again. We give our honorary title to Danny Schlesinger from the UK every chance we get, and every chance we get, it's something different.
And it was such a delight to meet
It
Danny.
was Danny Schlesinger.
Every time.
I love him to death. He's awesome. Him, Jeff Hayes, 2 of my new best friends are awesome.
Right, and I sat beside Jeff Hayes, and I kept meaning to go to his classes, and what happened is I would always be 10, 15 minutes late. I'm like, I I could catch his class, but I'll be the guy who opens the door and interrupts the class. So don't think I was putting you off. I just...
Let me tell you about a Jeff Hayes class.
Tell me about Jeff Hayes' class.
In a Jeff Hayes class, he shows you an interesting concept or a design. You learn one design. The remaining hour and 15 minutes is him telling wonderful stories. And he's doing this as he's teaching the designs and discussing things. He's telling you wonderful stories of his life as a performer, not only as a stand-up comedian or a balloon artist or even a magician, but as a professional wrestler as well with World Championship Wrestling Australia.
Yeah.
Those are some funny stories. But yeah, Jeff Hayes is a wonderfully sweet, great man. And him and Danny were just, I could sit in a Danny Schlesinger acting class for days and just write down notes. His was the only class I actually took notes in.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also you see, like, Jeff Hayes. I've seen his little icon and his posts on, I forget which forum, I think Balloon Chat.
Mm-hmm.
But until you meet him in person, you see, you know, just the ball of energy that so many of these people have that surround them.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Schlesinger, he has subtlety, which is something a lot of us in balloon twisting don't have, you know. Well, you know,
were you looking at me?
No. Oh, I'm bad about it too. I used to be the carrot top of my performance. I'd open up my trunk. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Let me beat you over the head with, you know, visuals.
Yeah.
Danny doesn't have to rely on that crutch.
No.
It's so brilliant, everything he does. Jeff Hayes, until I met him, I was like, wow, because he will shut you down. You will listen to him because he's trained. Does he have a Shakespearean stage background?
I think so. I know he's an actor.
Like, when he talks, you listen because you hear in his voice important stuff is coming from him.
Yeah. You know that he knows exactly what he's talking about, and he knows that he wants to share it with you, and that if you're not listening, that's your loss.
Right.
It really is.
But, and also, thanks, Danny, for the English tea that you gave me. My wife stole it. And every time we drink the tea, we think of you, Danny. So, thanks. Great to have you on staff.
Thanks to Danny, too, for putting up with me trying to learn the English accent. He has his American accent down way better. The way he says, totally awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great.
We need to move Danny to America.
We do. Can we keep him in Basement Studios? Well, guys, that brings us to the end of another episode. So, for Balloon Blast, he's Scott Tripp.
He's Sam Cremines.
And we'll see you guys next week.
You and I in a little toy shop, buy a bag of balloons with the money we've got. Set them free at the break of dawn, till one by one they were gone. Back at the base, sparks in the software, flash the message, someone's out there. Floating in the summer sky, 99 red balloons go by.
I was going to put this in the last episode. It just did not fit in.
Yeah.
And sometimes crazy doesn't dovetail with other stuff.
Right.
But one of my favorite ever balloon sculptures from Twist and Shout was a medium sculpture. It was intended to be small, but it barely was too big to fit in the small category.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Don Caldwell Buster Balloon Coca-Cola Fairies?
Oh, so cute.
Have you seen that?
I've not.
Oh, that was one of my very favorites. And
How did you get the Coke bottle?
I know, it was perfect.
Is that stuffed in a clear 321?
Okay, this is 2007 when Twist and Shout came to Franklin, Tennessee, Nashville. That's a 646, and it's a perfect sculpture because when you suck the balloon in to make... I don't know if we're allowed to overlay this here
It
or not.
tapers.
And the
Oh!
fairies have wings and the bottle cap. This is where I show my crazy. From 6 years ago. That's the Don Caldwell fairy sculpture.
You kept it.
With the tag.
With the tag.
Yeah, there's
You-
the bottle cap.
You stole it.
I did not steal. See, there's
Does-
the bottle. And
Does Buster know you have this?
I don't know.
Don't.
Mint and package no longer.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, after the convention, they were putting all of the sculptures in the back of a moving truck, I believe. And
Yeah.
Connie from Party Animals put together this really awesome idea. Instead of popping stuff, they were taking it to the Ronald McDonald House, different places, to put sculptures where everyone could enjoy it.
You
I told
stole
her, I
that
want
from
that.
children?
Yes! I appreciate it, bit more. No, she saw, wanted it, and I was able to talk her out of it. So yeah,
That's a.
it's equal parts of good and bad, I suppose.
Yeah,
But
oh my goodness. You stole that from children.
I stole it from Don Caldwell, from children, from the world. Yeah, but
You are my personal hero.
no defense. There's nothing I can say in my defense
Is
except.
that coat hanger or heavy duty
Yeah,
floral
yeah,
wire?
I thought it was floral wire. This, I believe, is floral wire.
Oh wow, that is insane.
Literally
on so
insane.
many levels.
But yeah, I thought I had to have the initial impact.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. So it goes back in the drawer for another 6 years now.
Yeah. Buster, if you're watching this.
Sorry, it's not a rabbit in a stew pot, but it's it's close.
Yeah.
All right, you want to film an episode?
That's almost it puts the lotion on the skin.
All right, now that that's out of the way, let's film the Balloon Blast video show.
All right. Okay.